So, I forgot to record an intro when I was doing this video, but this is 5 TikTok hacks, tricks, tips, whatever you want to call it, on photography and stuff like that. So, I've got them all loaded up here. We'll go through them one by one. Yes, I am making ramen, and yes, this is Data from Star Trek. Let's go. We're gonna start with the dropping of the phone TikTok one. All right, so we're gonna try that TikTok today where they drop their phone, and we're gonna see if we can do that. See how hard it is or how easy it is. Okay, so we just tried the floating phone thing, and it was way harder than I thought it would be. We had to take like 1,000,000 attempts, and we had to put a picture on the screen to like make sure that the camera wasn't rolling at the same time. It was really annoying, and I would not recommend. So this one, as you can see from the pictures here, I edited like 10 of them, I think, just to kind of give you an idea of the failures and the successes that I had. But as you can see this first one, I was using an Android, and as it was falling, you can see that the frame rate and the screen refresh rate are doing some weird thing where you can see like banding in the screen. That was unfortunate. So what I found that would be better is if I took a picture before I dropped the phone and then took the picture as it was dropping with the picture already up there. That makes no sense. But basically I would take the picture beforehand and be at like an angle, and then I would drop the phone so that it wasn't capturing the exact image that was coming out at the same time. It was a pre-taken image, and that worked better. But obviously, as you can see, it was really tricky to get timing down. And then there was reflections. It was tricky. I'm trying to do like a very unique one, like specific to Pike Place Market, but kind of cool. So we started with the iPhone, and I thought maybe the refresh rate would be better, but as you can see, if you zoom in, it just gets crazy, and you can see that it's not really working. But we got some cool ones. I didn't edit out the finger, which we could do, but I didn't. But yeah, I thought they looked, I just wanted to see if it was possible. And as you can see, it obviously is possible. And the editing would not take that much time. And honestly, the editing would not take that much time. I would not recommend. Okay, so next we're gonna do the water droplet one. And that one was tricky. So it's tricky, and I'm not some crazy expert that knows all the scientific and math and all the things behind it. So I'm going to talk like a very photography for dummies way, because I am a dummy. The tricky part was that either you basically got the droplet in focus, or you got what the droplet had inside of it in focus. Now, I don't exactly know why. It's got to be a combination of like distance and mirror reflections is what I mean. But like something was weird. So like, as you can see, this first picture that I took it just of like out my apartment window, and you can see the parking garage next to us. And the garage is actually quite in focus, you can actually even see the blinds in our apartment, which is pretty incredible. But if you look at the water droplet, it's not perfect. Now, this one actually is probably the best one I took all day, though. But this one was so difficult. And we're going to go through, I took some of the pictures. These are not amazingly edited. I basically just put some color on them. But as you can see, and some of them I had to push the camera to the absolute max levels of like ISO. It was just not ideal. Because normally in these situations, you would add light in. But since I was just using my TV screen, my TV only gets so bright. But if you go through here, you can see it's really difficult. And in the TikTok, you can see they don't even do that. I mean, no offense to them, because obviously I can't do it. But like, it's not even that good, You can see it, but it's pretty difficult. I think what would make more sense is to Photoshop like one that you got one correct, like the image in the background correct, maybe flip it, because it also comes up upside down since it's going through like a water droplet, but Photoshop that into one where it is actually in focus. So this one I would say is not easy. Difficulty level out of 5, 5 being the most difficult, I'd say this is a 4 or 5. Anybody can do this, and I needed to have my wife come with me to do this. So that's, I guess it's easy in that respect, but the actual execution of getting it is just tedious and frustrating. I took about 30 to 45 minutes doing this. So maybe if I would have spent all day on it, I could have eventually got it, but I was like, I'm not spending this much time on it. Basically, it's kind of possible. And then, okay, so another TikTok that we were gonna look at was one with the light where they're putting it over the watch. Now, I don't have that set up, and I didn't want to ruin all my Xbox and stuff like that to get cool textures in the background. So I just want to do basically like product photography and see how that light does. So I have like a wand light that I was using for these. So as you can see, some of these are really cool. And my watch is in terrible condition, but as you can see, the light kind of going over it like that makes it look cool even though it's not in good condition. I did also do some with color, and I think those are so cool. And it would be cool if you had multiple lights maybe, and multiple people helping you that could be doing the lights at the same time, because as you can see, it's really cool. Like the blue that I have, there's also a red that I had that was really neat. I just think it's so cool, and would love to have a better room to do something like this in, or just take more time. I also tried to do some ones where I was kind of zooming in and like moving closer, but those were all handheld because I don't have a gimbal for my actual camera. I only have a gimbal for my phone. But yeah, that was a really cool one. I thought that was really interesting. I also did some close-ups of the watch band, which you can tell are not in great condition, but kind of interesting. So yeah, I thought that was interesting as well. For the watch one, I'd say that one, difficulty-wise, not difficult at all. I would say that is probably like a 1 out of 5 in difficulty, 5 being the most difficult, 1 being the least difficult, maybe 1.5. The only difficulty that I can see happening is you need to get the light. But in all reality, you could probably just use a phone light. If you want to see me use like minimal things, like use a phone light and do the same video and maybe use like a different camera, like a phone or something like that, let me know in the comments, and I will do like a bare bones version of these without any things that would need to be bought. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments, like the video. Light, I'll leave a little link in the description. It is not an affiliate link. I don't have enough followers for affiliate links, but it's a good light. It is super cheap. It's by a brand that I've never heard of before I watched another video actually, finding different lights for budget lights. And if you want to see a video like that, let me know, but that won't be for a while because I can't afford to buy lights right now. Okay, so this one was the most exciting one, the eyeball one. Crazy cool. So I was not expecting it to be this good. And I mean, I know I've seen a million people do this on TikTok. And this is just one example on the side here that I'm showing you. But I tried this and oh my God, difficulty wise, 0. I mean, this is so easy to do. All you have to do, the things that I would suggest doing is putting the water drop as centered as possible on there, because otherwise it kind of skews and it doesn't look good. And you need a decent amount of water. If you do a small water drop, it does a really small focusing distance, and the bigger you have, it's a little bit further away. Obviously, do not do this if your phone is not waterproof or water resistant, but it was so cool. I cannot suggest doing this enough. And my eye, as you can see, is insane. I never knew my eye looked like this. This looks like something you would see in like a school book on like biology and anatomy or something. I don't know. I just was not expecting it to look like that at all. So pretty cool. I'll show some of Maddie's in there too. Her eyes were different than mine. She has more like squiggly kind of things, and I have like craters. But still cool. I would definitely suggest checking both of them out. But definitely do that. I'm also going to show, so I did a couple videos with the back cameras because I wanted to do the front camera so I could see what I was doing. So the back cameras aren't as good because you can't see as much, but still pretty cool. I hope that smudge wasn't there the whole time. I would suggest doing this one if you have a phone or any kind of small device like an iPod, iPad, anything that is water resistant. Do not do this. Disclaimer, do not do this if your device is not water resistant, but I would try it because it was unbelievably cool and I expected it to be so stupid. And that's an easy way to make a TikTok too. So if you want to make an easy TikTok, that's one. Okay, so this last one was unexpected. So it's a Photoshop one, but I'm not going to use Photoshop for this because I was going to show you how, and I may do that. If you want to see the real way of doing it in Photoshop, let me know. The guy in the video, or the person in the video, does the right things, and it's very interesting, and I love that. But I just saw this again. This is not an ad, but Enlight has a suite of apps that you can download for Apple devices. So I went right into Enlight, and I think it's Quick Art or Photo Fix or something. Let me see what it's called so that I can actually tell you. PhotoFox. Enlight PhotoFox. It's pretty incredible. So if you look at some of these pictures that I did, I couldn't believe it. The process is so easy. I didn't even record this yet, but I'm going to record me doing one just to show you how easy it is. They have preset things in there that you can do. Lots of them. You do have to pay to actually export it in the full file, but you can also I think you can just do a screenshot as well, and that should work just as good. But holy moly, it was so cool. And that one I definitely suggest, because that's a whole new way to change your pictures. There's some funnier ones that you can do, but I mean, it's so easy. All you have to do is just erase around the person, and it does it automatically for you. But if you want to do like a little bit of retouching, you just press erase, you zoom in, and then you just kind of go around the edges if need be, because a lot of the time it's pretty good. The one tip that I would say is that you want your picture to really have somebody standing out. You don't want it to be like somebody standing in the middle of the forest or something like that, unless the background is totally blurred out, because it's really hard for the system to figure that out. Like, there's some weird examples of that, but you can still edit it out the way you want to by erasing or restoring, and restoring just means like putting it back. So I can't suggest this enough. The only downside to this is that it seems like when you edit it, it comes out really sharp. Again, I just did this today, so I don't know if there's any way to adjust the sharpness of it afterwards, because it comes out and like skin is really like when you boost clarity in Photoshop, if you know what I'm talking about, it looks like they've just boosted clarity to like 100. So it's kind of crazy, but definitely worth checking out. But yeah, those are my TikTok tricks that I found. There's 5 of them. If you want to see another video like this, please hit that like button. I guess that helps me or something. I don't know. I need to get to a certain amount of views and a certain amount of things to start making money on YouTube. Not that that's my goal, but I mean, I would like that as an option, since it seems as if I may not be able to do photography full time if this whole outbreak continues. Feel free to like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you want to see in another video. If you want to see any more of this, I would definitely be more willing to do more TikTok hacks. And if you have videos that you want to send me, feel free to send them to me on Instagram or on anything, whatever you have me, Facebook. But yeah, I hope you are enjoying your quarantine right now. And if you want to see more content like this, please like the video.